Hello and welcome to Freebooter's channel. I will be voicing the channel yet again today. Mr. Freebooter was on vacation in the sun, but he is currently marooned at an airport somewhere in Europe with his rapidly dwindling harem, owing to the collapse of the entire air traffic control system. The channel is sponsored by the author Greg Palmer to promote his new book. More on that later. Okay, let's get started. I, for one, can hardly wait for the next season of Silo. So let's talk about what should be in store for us all by taking a look at the next book in the series by Hugh Howey. Shift is a prequel to the events of Wool and delves into the backstory of how the world came to be in its current state. The novel is divided into two parts, and it unveils a whole new layer of intrigue and complexity to the Silo universe. Part 1. First Shift. Legacy. The story begins with a completely different setting compared to the confined silo environment of Wool. We're transported to a highly advanced underground bunker known as Silo 1, which houses the remains of a once thriving civilization. This silo is different from the ones we encountered in the first book. It's a massive and technologically advanced facility with a hierarchical structure reminiscent of a dystopian corporate world. The story follows Donald, a young congressman who is unexpectedly chosen to join the ranks of those living within Silo 1. He's thrust into a society where secrets and lies are woven into the fabric of everyday life. As Donald navigates this new world, he gradually uncovers the truth about the outside world and the reasons behind the existence of the silos. He discovers that the world above ground has become toxic and uninhabitable due to some catastrophic event. The silos were constructed as a means to preserve humanity, with each silo assigned a specific function to ensure the survival of the species. Silo 1 was designed as the control center, overseeing the entire operation. As Donald delves deeper, he learns about the true nature of the project and the lengths to which the authorities are willing to go to maintain control. The story oscillates between Donald's experiences in the present and the events leading up to the construction of the silos, highlighting the political intrigue, betrayals, and sacrifices that paved the way for this dystopian future. Let's take a breather here and recap. Part 1 of Shift is packed with revelations and a complex web of power dynamics. We've been introduced to Donald in the world of Silo 1, where secrets are the currency of power. We've learned about the dire state of the world outside and the purpose behind the silos. Part 2 will take us even deeper into this intriguing narrative. Part 2. Second Shift. Order. In the second part of Shift, the focus shifts to a character named Troy, who lives in a different silo known as Silo 17. This part of the story is set several years before the events of Wool and provides insight into the early days of the silos. Troy is a young mechanic who discovers a series of hidden cameras scattered throughout the silo. He becomes obsessed with the idea that someone is watching their every move, and his investigations lead him to uncover shocking truths about the silo's purpose. He learns that the silos are not meant to save humanity, but are actually part of a system designed to control and manipulate the population. As Troy unravels the mysteries surrounding Silo 17, he realizes that the silos are a means of social engineering. They are carefully designed to perpetuate a cycle of control and obedience. Those in power use fear and misinformation to maintain order and prevent any form of rebellion or dissent. Troy's journey is fraught with danger as he tries to share his discoveries with others in the silo. He encounters resistance from those who are comfortable with their way of life and are afraid to challenge the status quo. Despite the risks, Troy is determined to expose the truth and break free from the constraints of the silo system. Wow! Part 2 really does take us deep into the mechanics of the silos and the intricate control mechanisms that govern their societies. Troy's quest for truth is both inspiring and dangerous, and it sheds light on the dark underbelly of the Silo Project. We've now followed two protagonists, Donald and Troy, through their respective journeys that reveal the origins and purpose of the silos. The stage is set for the final part of Shift. Are you ready to hear how it all comes together? Part 3, Third Shift, Pact. In the final part of Shift, the story returns to Silo 1, where Donald's narrative takes center stage once again. As the revelations about the Silo Project and its true purpose continue to unfold, the tension escalates and the characters are faced with difficult choices. Donald's perspective shifts between his past experiences and his current predicament, highlighting the personal sacrifices he made to protect his family and the growing realization of the immense consequences of his actions. He finds himself caught in a web of lies and deceit, torn between loyalty to his family and his moral obligations. As the truth becomes clearer, Donald joins forces with others who are similarly disillusioned by the sinister agenda of those in power. Together, they plan to expose the secrets of the silos and hopefully spark a revolution that could bring an end to the cycle of control and oppression. The narrative reaches its climax as the characters attempt to breach the walls of Silo 1 and reveal the truth to the inhabitants of the silos. The stakes are high, and the outcome is uncertain as they confront the powerful forces that have maintained the status quo for generations. The story concludes with a culmination of revelations, sacrifices, and a glimmer of hope for a different future. The novel serves as a bridge between the events of Wool and the larger context of the Silo series. It enriches the world building by providing insights into the creation and maintenance of the silos, as well as the morally complex decisions that shaped their existence. Hugh Howey masterfully weaves together the stories of different characters and time periods to create a thought-provoking narrative that explores themes of control, power, and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Shift not only deepens our understanding of the Silo universe, but also raises important questions about the nature of authority and the consequences of unchecked technological advancement. And there you have it. The intricate layers of Shift offer readers a gripping tale of survival, discovery, and the enduring quest for truth. If you enjoyed the first season of Silo, then you're in for a treat with this compelling prequel that sheds light on the origins of the captivating Silo series. Well, that's a wrap for today. We hope you enjoyed the ride with us, and we hope you will visit with us again. For more quality content, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you've read the books, then please tell us why in the comment section below. The channel is sponsored by the journalist and author Greg Palmer. He is promoting his new novel called Infinity. Let me tell you a bit about it. It's a soft science fiction time travel novel, and it's mostly set in the times of the Egyptian pharaohs. It's a real page-turner. Edward Henson is at the peak of his academic career when he and his wife Katie are left critically injured by a car crash during a blizzard. A mysterious figure appears at the historian's hospital bedside and offers him a Faustian bargain: full recovery with chip implants upgrading his brain with all the knowledge of mankind, or the bleak alternative, voluntary euthanasia. But if Henson accepts, he must break with all of his academic ethics and raid the treasures of the past for his rich patron, Dominic LeBlanc, a man who has almost everything money could ever buy. Infinity is a fast-moving tale of love, betrayal, loss, and revenge, grounded on the latest academic research on the nature of space-time and time travel. Well, that's it for now. Farewell, and we'll see you next time.